All right, so here we have where we left off. This is our site, right? I just right-clicked on the document and said open with, and then I just chose Visual Studio Code. All right, so what I want to do is I just want to add a link that underneath where it says my name, I'll put, and before it says the man, the myth, the primitive shape, I'm going to put a link that just says this is a personal site, and you can go to this, right? So what I'm going to do is after the H1 here, I'm just going to go ahead and enter. I'm going to put a P element, and then we'll just say personal site, like this. And then the site is going to be Teach Me Cone. Okay, that's what I want. But if as it stands right now, this actually does not go anywhere. This goes nowhere. This is just another P element, just like everything else. So what I want to do is actually make this into a hyperlink. Okay, so to do that, first thing I want to do is I'm going to open up a web page. Now, this can be done with all sorts of things. We're going to do what we call an absolute URL. So I am going to go to my website, which is the teachmecone.com. So I just typed it into the, oops, hang on a second. Let me move this, gotta size this so it fits on the screen here. I just typed my teachmecone.flywheel sites up here. And the reason why I did it this way instead of just typing it right directly into it is that way I get this beginning bit correct. So if there's a specific site you want to go to, what I would do is just open up the browser, type in whatever it is, so let's say you just want it to be Google. If you just type in Google into here, not yet, what we're going to do, it won't work because it's not just Google. You might type in Google, but the browser actually autofills the other stuff for you. This link will not do that for you because it's going to read what's in the code. Okay, so what I suggest is actually going to the site. Then once you type it in there and you're at the place, just go up here and select it. I'm just going to hit Control-C, or you can right-click and copy, or Command-C if you're on a Mac. And that's what I'm going to use for my link. Okay, let's go ahead and make a link. I'm going to remove this Teach Me Cone because that's where I want my actual thing to be. So inside the P, after the personal site, I'm going to do an A. And then this is the next part. So A stands for anchor. That's the actual thing. Now this is how it tells it where to go to. It's an href. So href stands for horizontal reference equals quotes. And then you're gonna I'm gonna paste my thing in by hitting Control V, or you can hit Command V. So it'll be teachmecone.flywheel sites. And I gotta end the quote, and then end the A. Okay, so we end up with is the opening, whatever this is called, the greater than or less than symbol, then the href equals quotes, and then inside the quotes you paste the where you want it to go to, the web address. Okay, this is the URL, Uniform Resource Locator. Okay, then just do the ending bit of that A, right? So the A opens here and then goes here, and then you have a closing, the closing tag. So you have an opening tag, which currently has the attribute of the href, and then you have a closing tag. Now, if you were to run this, you're going to see nothing. And the reason being is that we made an anchor, but there's nothing in between that we're going to click on. So you might notice that most of the time when you go to click on a link, you're usually clicking on a word. It might be an image. I'm going to also show you how to do it with an image. Not quite yet. So what we need to do is we actually need to put what the word is here. So for here, I'm going to write Teach Me Cone, which is teachmecone.com. That way it looks like the site. Actually, you know what? Let's just do Teach Me Cone. Teach Me Cone. Okay. Now, if I save this, I'm going to hit Control S. And if I go to open it, all right, so I'm just going to go here and I'm going to open it. Try it again. You can see that now I have this nice little link here. And if I were to click on it, it'll go to my site. Okay. So it's already working. Hunky dory. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to do another one because I want to show you multiple examples of how to do this. So we're just going to put one at the very end underneath the UL. The UL, the unordered list here, is my last tag setup here. My last element, sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to do the same thing again. We're going to do P, and then we have the opening and closing P. So the P with this, and then the P with the less than. Then inside of that, I'm just going to go ahead and put an href. A href equals quotes, and then I'm just going to hit Control V for that web address, I paste it up there. It's still in my clipboard. And then after that, I'm just going to go ahead and put the other part of it. Then you'll see the it'll automatically create the closing tag for our element. And then in here, I'm just going to write teach me cone again. And this one, because all it has is this, it's just going to show teach me cone, and it's just going to be a link. I'm not going to bother showing you that right now. It should be pretty straightforward. Okay. So if you were to save it and then preview it, you're going to see that it should work. Okay. So that's good on the link. So now we've created some hyperlinks. We haven't done page-to-page links. We're only using what we call absolute URLs, which means it'll go to a very specific location, not in relation to where we currently are. All right. But this is a good start. All right. So that's good. Let's go to the next one.